and one eminent citizen like Godwin Selassie Dakpo. Yes, I am an eminent citizen. Or maybe you, an eminent citizen like you, if you happen to be appointed by President Akufo-Addo, then you'll be part of that advisory council.
Make it legal.
So apart from the 9 persons who the president would appoint, he is also to invite or appoint 4 other persons to be part of the transition team. He will appoint such persons. We're talking about the National Security Coordinator, Secretary to the Cabinet, the head of civil service, and then the head of local government service. These 4 persons are to be appointed to be part of the transition team. So the president first appoint 9 persons, who are persons occupying particular positions in his government, and then he's also to appoint 4 other persons who are also already occupying positions in the government. So that makes so far 13 people to be appointed by the president, and the incoming president is to appoint only 9. Now, the last thing you need to know is that this transition team has to be chaired, and the law requires that the president-elect and the incumbent president should be the co-chairperson. So President Akufo-Addo and President Mahama are expected to be the chairpersons of this transition team with equal chairperson authorities or with equal chairperson roles to play. What it means that they are co-chairing the team. President Akufo-Addo as well as President Mahama are to chair the committee. So that makes 14 persons from President Akufo-Addo's side, including himself, and then 10 people from President Mahama's side, including himself. But the law also says that they are allowed to nominate other persons to represent them in their absence. So whenever the president is unable to act as a co-chairperson for the transition team, he's at liberty from the word go to appoint someone else to be a co-chairperson of the committee. And then, this is what the law requires of them. So in all, President Akufo-Addo, including himself or the co-chairperson, would have 14 persons who will be part of the transition team, and the incoming president, John Dramani Mahama, will appoint 10 persons, including himself, to be part of the transition team. That's what the law requires when it comes to the transition team, the appointment of the transition team. So let's get to understand from the practical perspective what they have done, whether or not it meets the requirements of the law. You would observe that I stated earlier that this is to be done within 24 hours after the declaration of the results. Not within 2 days, not within 48 hours, not within 72 hours, within 24 hours. What that means is that if President Akufo-Addo waits and starts the appointment of the transition team members after 48 hours, after 72 hours, or after number of days, he'll be going contrary to this law, and that would be a breach, right? The same way the president is expected to make the appointment within 24 hours. That's within a day after the declaration. So the declarations were made on the 9th of December. So that 9th of December, the time they were doing the declaration, 24 hours starts to count from that time. And the president is expected to start the process of transition because the first condition is met. So we'll have the president nominate the 14 persons, including the co-chairperson, and the president-elect also nominate the 10 persons, including the co-chairperson from his team, to make a joint team to together assist in transfer of political power from the president, the incumbent president, to the president-elect. So those of you who are familiar with Dennis Law, Dennis Law is a legal material portal. It's on the internet. They are all over doing great stuff. If you're looking for case law, you're looking for a judgment of the Supreme Court, of the High Court, Court of Appeal, any judgment at all, from decisions of SHRAJ, decisions of National Labour Commission, they have their decisions. And you just go to Google and type Dennis Law and they will pop up. Dennis Law also released this statement earlier. In fact, immediately after the declarations, they sought to educate the public about what is expected of the president-elect, and they mentioned that the president-elect is expected to appoint the following persons immediately within 24 hours. Hey, if you enjoyed this video so far, take a moment to click on the like button to like the video, and if you are here to subscribe to the channel, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel and share our videos on all social media platforms. That is the requirement of the law, and it's rightly emphasized by Dennis Law. Perfect. So that's great. Now, what did the parties do? What did the president-elect do And what did the incumbent president do as far as transition is concerned? The requirement of the law that within 24 hours supposed to do ABCD. Have they done that? We came across a notice that was released by the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, on the 10th of December, and there's a notice where the NDC was saying that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President-elect of the Republic of Ghana, has, in accordance with the provisions of the Presidential Transition Act 2012 at 845, appointed the following personalities as members of the 2024 transition team. This team will work closely with a representative of the outgoing government with a view to ensuring a smooth transfer of political power to the incoming administration. The statement goes on to say that the transition team is composed of experienced individuals drawn from various sectors, including finance, governance, and public administration. The appointed members of the joint transition team are as follows. So these are the persons that were appointed by the president-elect. First person is there is a co-chairperson, like I explained to you earlier. That person is appointed as a co-chairperson to replace President Mahama so that he himself will not be part of the team. So you realize from this list, he has appointed 10 persons. Like I explained to you a few minutes ago, the law requires that he appoints 9 persons plus the co-chairperson, making 10. So, I mean, their appointment is rightly in accordance with the law. It met the requirement of the law and is valid in my view. So, yeah, that's what the law says, and they comply with it just the way it should be. On the president's side also, we saw a notice released from the Communication Directorate of the president, and that statement was also dated 10th of December 2024, and the statement also revealed that the president has appointed 9 persons to be part of the presidential transition team, and apart from those 9 persons, he also appointed 4 other persons to be part of it, and he also appointed 1 person to be the co-chairperson with President Mahama's nominated person. So again, the president himself doesn't want to be part of the team, so he has nominated someone else to be the co-chairperson, okay, with the person nominated by President Mahama as well. The law permits that, and it's perfectly right. So I think his nomination also is in line with the requirement of the law, and it's perfect. Now, one thing you'll notice from the president's press release is that it's also spoke about advisory council, and that is something that this law also provides about. Hey, if you enjoyed this video so far, take a moment to click on the like button to like the video, and if you are here to subscribe to the channel, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel and share our videos on all social media platforms. So the advisory council of the transition team is made up of only 3 persons, and these are very important persons in the country. The law says that the Speaker of Parliament is, first of all, the chairperson of that council. So the Speaker of Parliament is the chairperson of that advisory council. 3 persons who advise the transition team on how best to do their work. So, I mean, those 3 persons, we have the Speaker being the chairperson and 1 eminent citizen like Godwin Selassie Dakpo. Yes, I am an eminent citizen. Or maybe you, an eminent citizen like you, if you happen to be appointed by President Akufo-Addo, then you'll be part of that advisory council. And then another eminent citizen like my good self again, appointed by President Mahama, and that person will also be part of the advisory council. So there are 3 persons: an eminent citizen appointed by President Akufo-Addo and 1 appointed by President Mahama with the Speaker of Parliament. The 3 of them become members of the advisory council of the transition team. Their work, in a very basic term, is to determine issues that are referred to it by the transition team. If the transition team has some challenges, they refer to the advisory council, and the advisory council will determine the issues and come up with a decision. And when that decision is arrived at and communicated to the transition team, it is binding on them. This has been the first introductory video about the transition process in Ghana. Like I said from the beginning, it's a series of videos that is going to come up. We're going to educate you about the transition process. And today we just spoken about the appointment of the transition team, the advisory council, and some of those related matters. In the next video, we talk about the functions of the transition team. What exactly does the law expect them to be doing? We'll talk about that in the next video. Hey, if you enjoyed this video so far, take a moment to click on the like button to like the video, and if you are here to subscribe to the channel, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel and share our videos on all social media platforms, and get a friend to know about what we talk about here. This has been the transition series. I am Godwin Selassie Dakbo, and this is Make It Legal.
Make it legal.